Hi folks! So we made it to the end of the year. We have end of the year festival tea. And I hope you are all happy and well and enjoying this time of year. I will be on a plane when this comes out. Oh, that smells yummy. So this is a green tea, so my water is a little bit cooler than usual. Let's see. This is what it looks like. You can see, I don't know if you can see the little, I think there's like pink peppercorns in there. It's mostly green tea, pink peppercorns. I'm sure there's some other stuff. We will find out what it is. This may be a short video since it's a green tea. So this is December 31st. It is supposed to steep 2 minutes. I may steep it a little longer. I think I'm figuring out, I think, since I use a thermos that keeps, I have an electric thermos that keeps water hot all the time because I drink tea all the time. There's a boil button on it. Don't use it all the time. So my guess is like when I make tea, my water is a little bit cooler than boiling. When I make green tea, I put a little bit of filtered tap water in, and then I put the thermos water on top of that, so that makes it even cooler, but none of it's precise. I don't use a thermometer, but my guess is that consistently my water is cooler than what it calls for here, and that's maybe why I like to steep things longer, and that I tend to like to steep things longer because I forget about tea, and so if it's super hot water, I'm going to make everything real bitter. So this has green tea, cinnamon, ginger, orange, cloves, cardamom, natural pomegranate flavor, raspberry leaves, gunpowder, raspberries, natural spice flavors, cinnamon chips, freeze-dried raspberries. That's a lot of stuff. So it's got a lot of things that I like, that I'm excited about, and it's got a few things that I don't like that much, that we will see about. The natural pomegranate flavor, I've had it when I didn't like it, and I've had it when it was fine. It was pretty, I didn't really taste it. Cloves I'm not crazy about, ginger I'm not crazy about, but I do love raspberry, and I love cinnamon, and I'm excited that there's gunpowder in there, because gunpowder is one of my favorite green teas. So let's try this at about 2 minutes. Jeez, why did that decide to... Sometimes, I don't understand why sometimes my teapot decides to pour all over and sometimes it doesn't. So this is very, very light. It's just got a slight color to it. A little bit of ginger, a little bit of cloves, but they're very mild. I'm not getting much smokiness from the gunpowder. I'm getting the green tea flavor, which I like. I'm going to pour more in here because I'm afraid I'm going to oversteep this green tea and make it real bitter. It is nice. I don't know that this would be my choice for an end of the year festival. First of all, you would think you would want something with high caffeine if you're going to try and stay up till midnight. And I would think you'd want something with a little bit more oomph. This feels more like a Christmassy tea. Yeah, it's almost like a Christmas Eve by the fire, like trying to wind down, needing to stay up a little bit because you've got a little bit of wrapping you still have to do. But you're kind of relaxing and being lazy about the wrapping because it's Christmas Eve and watching the Christmas tree is pretty. And for those of you who don't do Christmas, I think most of us just getting time off of work, if we get time off of work, kind of know that winding down feeling. That's what I associate with this tea. Yeah, I like it. It's kind of chai flavors, but I don't feel like it needs milk or sugar. I was listening to a tea tuber this morning. It was actually a really old video, but she was talking about, it was actually it was Jackie Allen, and she was talking about how she likes teas that bring up memories or like make her feel something in her body. And I like teas that kind of create scenarios for me, like create an atmosphere. So for me, this is very much a Christmas Eve kind of atmosphere, like vacation evening kind of atmosphere in the winter. I do like having a spiced tea that I don't feel like I need to add milk or sugar to, and that's because it's the green tea and not a black tea. It's funny because the standout flavors are really kind of the ginger and green tea. Green tea is the main flavor that I get, that kind of little bit of grassy, little bit of just kind of, I wouldn't say earthy, but it is that kind of, I mean, okay. Like, I like to give examples, but sometimes it's just a light tea taste. It tastes like tea. It tastes like green tea. It tastes like, leaves brewed in hot water. Yeah, I'm surprised how much I like this. I think it's because the green tea kind of overpowers everything else. And it's for some reason just brought on that kind of Christmas evening atmosphere for me, which is lovely. So I know this is for New Year's. So even though I'm feeling kind of calm and chill, maybe you are calm and chill on New Year's. I never stay up till midnight anymore. We used to perform in the music group I play with, used to almost always perform in Boston for their New Year's Eve kind of festival thing. We were often in the FAO Schwartz building, which I don't even know if that's a thing anymore. We would be kind of across from the toy store in like a little mall, and people would walk through and listen, and my husband and I would often be driving instruments in a truck at midnight and would kiss each other in the truck on the way up to drop instruments off at Tufts University. And because they didn't have you play music usually until midnight. They usually had you stop at around like 11:30. And that was lovely. And we did that about every other year. And on the years that we didn't play, we'd usually still go down. I remember being down there for going from 1999 to 2000. And we actually went home early because there was all the threats that the subway wouldn't work. That, the 2000 would crash the technology, and that there would, and I think they were actually shutting down the subway for a half hour right around midnight so that they could kind of readjust, and we didn't want to wait. We like to sort of be there for midnight and then immediately leave. So we went home and we had toast and watched the ball drop on TV. And it was also, I think, a really cold night in Boston. But here it won't be very cold, and we will be in the air for most of the day. New Year's Eve, Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve are cheap days to fly, and in the realm of flying during the holidays. So we usually fly on those days. And then we will come home and probably relax for the afternoon and go to bed early. My son, as much as he might want to stay up till midnight, he can't. He can't stay up late. He has a couple of times for a sleepover, but he'll be like, we were up till 11. I know he probably passed out at 9:30. He's an early riser, like me. Like, if I go to bed at midnight, I'm still going to be up at 6:30. Doesn't matter. So, probably go to bed at around 10:30. Maybe watch a movie before we go to bed and have it an easy night. So I have a very ASMR kind of New Year's planned as it is. And I hope you guys have the same. I hope you have a fun time, if not a relaxing time. And yeah, we made it through another year. Cheers to us. See you in the new year.